And now it is time for a check of the US markets. I'm joined by CNN reporter Matt Egan from New York. Matt, good morning. Wall Street suffered a bit of a sell-off last week on the US-Iran tensions, but investors seem mostly unfazed this week. Why have US stocks been resilient?
Well, investors really are not freaking out. It's true that tensions are very high right now between the United States and Iran, but the markets have sort of taken it all in stride. As you mentioned, the Dow fell pretty sharply, over 200 points on Friday, but the market bounced back Monday. And today, markets are kind of mixed. At last look, the Nasdaq was up a bit. The Dow is down about 100 points, but that's because energy stocks like Exxon and Chevron are lower. They're obviously taking their cues from oil prices. Oil prices, they shot up last week. But they've actually come back a bit, and that's because it's really important to remember that that U.S. airstrike in Baghdad last week did not impact any energy infrastructure. Supply has not been impacted. Tensions are high. Investors are sort of concerned about any sort of impact to supply, if there could be any retaliation from Iran as far as attacks on energy infrastructure, oil-producing facilities. But that hasn't happened yet. And so if oil prices remain tame and there is no conflict or war that would actually impact consumer confidence, then there really shouldn't be a big impact on the economy. And I think that's why investors have not freaked out so far about these tensions between the U.S. and Iran.
And Matt, President Trump has threatened to impose Iran-style sanctions on Iraq. What kind of an impact would that have on oil prices, given Iraq's importance within OPEC?
That's right. President Trump made that threat, and he was basically saying that if U.S. troops are expelled from Iraq, then he would retaliate. But, you know, it's really important to remember that Iraq is very important within OPEC. Believe it or not, it's actually the second biggest oil producer in all of OPEC, behind only Saudi Arabia. And even though the United States is the world's leading oil producer, the United States still imports a lot of oil from overseas. Some of that's actually coming from Iraq. Iraq was the fourth biggest importer into the U.S. in terms of oil. And so all of that suggests that if there were some sort of Iran-style sanctions that were put onto Iraq, it would actually lead to higher oil prices, higher gasoline prices, and that would deal a blow to the economy. So for those reasons, it doesn't really seem all that likely that President Trump could follow through on that threat, because the economic and thus political costs would probably be too high.
And drivers can already ask Amazon's Alexa for restaurant recommendations and directions. Tell us about how Alexa will soon be used in the US to fill up at the pump.
That's right. So Amazon and ExxonMobil have announced this new partnership where people who are using Alexa, whether it's in their car or on one of their devices, they can pull up to an Exxon gas station and they can simply say, Alexa, pay for gas. And if they do that, Alexa will then confirm their location, confirm what pump they're at, and then will use the payment information that is already stored on Amazon to activate the gas pump. The goal here is sort of twofold. One, they want to make the experience a little bit smoother. Whether you're thinking about a mother who's got kids in the car, doesn't want to have to get out of the car and pump the gas, or millennials who are just used to sort of a smoother experience. The other driver here is security, because gas pumps have been a place where fraudsters have targeted, and they've tried to steal people's credit card information. So with this new service, people won't even need to take out their credit card at all. Now, this is a first for the industry. It's rolling out in the United States in April. So far, it is not available internationally, but the financial technology executives that I've spoken to said that this is going to be a growing trend. So who knows, maybe down the line it'll be available in Australia as well.
Fingers crossed it does. It sounds quick and easy to me. That's exactly what I like. Matt Egan, thank you so much for the update.
Thank you.